This is WKYT This Morning.
It's Friday. Good morning from WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. As he said, it is Friday. Thank goodness the weekend's almost here. September 30th. Let's get to your news.
Yeah, here we go. October on the way, and it is 6:31 now. The man accused of killing Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis will be facing a judge later today.
More than 100 people are recovering after a passenger train crashed into a New Jersey transit station. Now investigators are trying to figure out how it happened.
And it's been a wait, but UK fans are only a few more hours away now from getting their hands on Big Blue Madness tickets. And they had an exciting visit from the coach and some of the players last night.
I know. It's fantastic video there. And they've had to put up with some difficult weather.
Been a challenge.
It's been chilly, and you've had rain chances. I mean, we had rain, let's see, 2 mornings ago, and then last night. We have the rain chance today, but it's not a great chance. But still, when you're out in tents, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a 20% or 100%.
One little canvas is all you have.
Right, that's exactly right. Let's check out and see what's going on outside. Early this morning, there's not really that great of a chance early this morning. We do see a couple of showers far northern Kentucky, but that is about it. Watch out for a little fog as you head on about too, especially down south again. I mean, you get off toward Laurel Lake, you get off toward Lake Cumberland, Cave Run back toward the east, Harrington Lake. Those are areas that could develop that fog early this morning. You just got to watch out for that. Kids going off to the bus stop, I don't see much of an issue. There's only a slight chance of rain early this morning. It's mainly for the northern zones that I see. And we head off toward 8 a.m. as that sun does rise. Things are looking, with a mixture of sun and clouds, but you know what, as we go through the day, only a small chance of rain. We're going to talk Friday night football. We have a lot of festivals and events going on later on this weekend. Neighborhood yard sales. Do you need to keep it indoors for a garage sale instead? I'll have that answer coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see in just a bit, Micah. Leading our news, the man accused of killing Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis. He is going to be heading to court today.
Raleigh Sizemore is charged with murder. Last November, police say Sizemore shot and killed Officer Daniel Ellis during an ambush at a Richmond home. Sizemore will be in court for a status hearing. Gregory Ratliff, the man accused of leading Officer Ellis into the ambush, will also be in court today.
A respected Kentucky state trooper is going to be laid to rest this morning. Investigators say 24-year-old trooper Mason Flynn died Monday after falling through a barn roof and hitting his head. He was helping out a friend at the time and was off duty. Flynn was a 2-year veteran of the Kentucky State Police Force. His visitation was held yesterday at the Center for Rural Development in Somerset. Lots of folks showed up for that. His funeral will be there at 11 this morning. Flynn's family is asking that donations be made in his name to Shop with a Trooper at the London KSP Post 11. Well, thousands of people traveling in and out of Hoboken, New Jersey by train will have to find another way to get to work this morning.
Big inconvenience there. Federal investigators just released some new details about the crash. Michelle Chamberlain is tracking this story from our alert desk.
Yeah, the NTSB says it's now recovered the data recorder in the engine at the rear of the train. There are 2 other data recorders that they're looking for. Now, the head of the investigation said they cannot access the data recorder in the controlling cab car until the asbestos is removed and structure stabilized. That terminal building is still closed in Hoboken this morning. As you can see, part of the roof of the train station collapsed onto the first car. The train slammed through a barrier and into the platform.
The canopy of the building is on top of the controlling car. Additionally, because of the age of the building, there is the possibility of asbestos.
Now, passengers said at the time of the accident, the lights went off and people began screaming. A 34-year-old wife and mother standing on the platform was killed by debris from the crash. Now, the engineer was injured but released from the hospital. He had close to 20 years of experience. He is being questioned by investigators. Officials are also looking into whether or not an automatic braking system would have prevented the crash. Andrea, Bill?
Okay, so lots of things to be answered, and certainly going forward, they have this asbestos problem and some other issues to look into.
Yeah, investigators still on the scene right now. Well, leaders from across the world are in Jerusalem today to bid a final farewell to former Israeli President Shimon Peres.
Thousands of mourners gathered at the country's parliament yesterday to pay their respects to the late leader. The 93-year-old died Wednesday, 2 weeks after suffering a major stroke, and his funeral has been held this morning, and his burial is set to take place in just a few minutes. CBS this morning with the latest coming up at 7. Here in Kentucky, a state audit of Kentucky's Department of Criminal Justice Training has revealed some problems.
The Secretary of the Kentucky Justice Cabinet requested the audit. It covers the last 10 years of operations at the department. In the audit, investigators say they found evidence of excessive and unnecessary spending for items like engraved mint julep cups, watches, and catered food. The state auditor says the report will be referred to the Executive Branch Ethics Commission, which will decide if the investigation needs to continue.
Well, state officials are keeping a very close eye now on a Lexington daycare.
Some disturbing details coming out of this. It comes after the state found multiple violations at New Creation Child Care on Industry Road. One violation led to an employee being cited by police. The report says 2 male staff members would play a game called Snack for a Smack game with children at the daycare, and the only way kids could get yogurt was to let the men hit them with a stick. Daycare employee Jamar Hall was eventually cited with assault. He was also fired. The daycare did not want to comment on the state's investigation. For more details on other violations found at the daycare, just visit our website, WKYT.com. A Lexington restaurant that suddenly closed this week is now under investigation. According to our news partners at the Lexington Herald-Leader, the Kentucky Labor Cabinet has opened an investigation into national provisions. Employees filed complaints with the Fayette County Attorney's Office, saying they hadn't been paid for nearly 2 weeks. The restaurant owner blamed the closure on theft by an employee. He says he plans to pay employees as soon as he sells the restaurant. More than 100 new jobs are coming to Central Kentucky. Yokohama plans to hire 134 full-time employees and will invest more than $5 million into its Versailles plant. The plant on Industry Drive currently employs about 300 people. The plant assembles hoses for vehicles, air conditioning, power steering, and transmission systems.
We're coming up on 6:38 on WKYT this morning. UK basketball fans have been waiting patiently. They've been in cold weather. They've been in rain. You ask any of them, though, they'll say it has been worth it, and their wait is almost over.
That's right. The tickets will be handed out tonight at 10 o'clock. WKYT's Mike Byer is live at Memorial Coliseum looking ahead to that big moment they've all been waiting for. Good morning, Mike.
The day is finally here, Bill and Andrea, and I recently spoke to a family who's been out here since last Friday. They say they've had a battle of poor weather and getting in position on Wednesday when the official campout began. We know what madness that was, but they say once they get their hands on the coveted Big Blue Madness tickets, it will all be worth it, as I'm sure is the case for the rest of these hundreds of fans waiting out here. Now, the tickets will be released tonight at 10 o'clock, which is very exciting, but last night fans got a treat that some say is the most exciting part of the entire camping event. Several UK players mingled with the fans, signing autographs and even handing out free pizza. Some of those players included Isaiah Briscoe, Isaac Humphries, and Ty Wynyard. What really made the night for these fans was when Coach Cal showed up. He told the crowd that Big Blue Nation is a unique group of people, and then he thanked the fans for enduring the rainy weather during the campout. Now, the tickets, which are free, can be picked up at either of the Memorial Coliseum ticket windows or online from Ticketmaster. As for Big Blue Madness, it takes place on October 14th and will air live on the SEC network beginning at 7 p.m. Now, with this event comes many good stories. Earlier in the week, I talked to a man who is for the last 30 years has been coming out with his father. Now, his father had a major operation, brain surgery, but is going to be able to join his son today. So that's really special, and they'll be able to join their 30th Big Blue Madness together. So it appears this event has the power of healing, Bill and Andrea. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
All right, there's that inspirational story that we
that is
were
just
told.
fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And once UK fans get their hands on their Madness tickets and get all set for basketball, the attention, of course, is going to be turning back to football for the weekend.
Coach Mark Stoops and the UK football team have a huge matchup tomorrow against the #1 team in the country, Alabama. The Wildcats look to improve on their 2-2 start, but it won't be easy. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. The game will be on ESPN. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, 6:40 the time now, 20 before 7 on your Friday morning, heading for that weekend. And we want to see how traffic is moving. It's been quiet so far this morning, but it's starting to pick up now. As we look at the region, things are still running fine on the interstates as well as US 60, US 68, and so forth. But, Andrea, as we can see.
Right, as you can see right here on the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government's live drive cam, we knew it was coming. The traffic is starting to pick up there at Georgetown and Citation, but as you said, things are still moving smoothly, so a little traffic Not going to hurt anybody this morning.
Folks are just wanting to get in there and get it done on the Friday.
Get to the weekend.
Get to that week. You're right. Enjoy your time off. All right, we, of course, remind you, get the latest traffic and weather info anytime. WKYT's Weather Plus Traffic app. Download that for free in the app or Google Play stores. So much more coming up on WKYT this morning, and in just a few minutes at CBS This Morning.
Still to come, a young boy in Wisconsin is being labeled a hero for what paramedics say was a life-saving decision. That story is coming up after Micah's forecast.
And Defender Radar Network, we are right in the middle of this low pressure system. That's good news for us, and I'll explain that. I'll show you off towards your weekend forecast. That's coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Temperatures outside early this morning. We're in the 40s and 50s. It's one of those mornings that still below average, still a pretty cool start. We've had that the past few mornings, and we'll do it all over again early this morning too. So that's really something that we're going to be going through as we continue to travel throughout your day, because it's just not going to change that much. Just like yesterday, it was kind of chilly toward the afternoon. You had the cloud cover overhead, nice little breeze. Heads up for some fog. Just put out a dense fog advisory just as I was being pulled up, or I'd show you the actual graphic. I would have built one, but just as I was being pulled up there for your weather, the National Weather Service has put out a dense fog advisory for the Cumberland region, so watch out for that very dense fog. Just because you're not in it, say you're in Laurel County, doesn't mean you're not seeing fog. You will see some fog. Heads up for that across 75 and 421, 25, those areas. We have a few showers northbound. None of that really causing some problems, just passing on by. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. later on this evening. Look at 7 p.m., 60 degrees. Look at 8 p.m. We're talking mid to upper 50s. No real rain chance. I'd put in a 20-30% as of right now. I still don't see a great rain chance. So as you're heading out and about for Friday night football games or out to dinner, any plans you have, I would say it's mainly dry. Can't rule out a passing shower, but it feels really cool. We're sitting there in the mid-50s there by 8 p.m. Keep that in mind heading out to those football games. You may have to bundle up just a bit. Off towards your Saturday morning. Really doesn't look all that bad. It looks like heading out to those 5Ks, if you're one of those that gets out and exercises early, I don't see much of an issue. It actually feels quite nice. And not only that, but watch out for neighborhood yard sales. Can't rule out a stray shower, but for the most part, we're dry. So those yard sales can be yard sales, not so much garage sales. But just keep in mind, we do have a chance as we go through the day, as we start to see a few showers, a couple of rumbles spark up. There's 5 p.m. Saturday. Off towards your Sunday, it looks pretty good. We got the Sorghum Festival going on in Springfield, my friends over in Washington County. For the most part, I don't see a great chance of rain. Most of us will stay dry during that time. However, we cannot rule out a couple of showers there in Springfield over toward Washington County, and that's in our western areas just to the south there of Lawrenceburg and also Anderson County. So all in all, I wouldn't say it's a bad day, but it's not the best. You do have that rain chance today, tomorrow. Off towards your Sunday, it looks really, really nice for you guys. So finishing off the festival looks fantastic. Get out there and enjoy it. And that goes for all festivals and events too. 7-day forecast, that takes you in through the weekend. And like I said, Sunday looks pretty good for that fire prevention festival here at Masterson Station there. And Lexington, that's fun, 2 to 6 p.m. That'll be a great event to take the kids out to. Monday through really next week, all next week. We're talking mid-70s, that's average. And not only that, but we're staying dry as well. So today and tomorrow, remember, smaller chances of rain. There's still a chance out there, but for the most part, most of us will stay dry. And these temperatures aren't that bad. They're a little cool at times, I'm not going to lie. But
when you had 90 last week, they feel really cool.
It's all about perspective.
Hey, when you get hit with a shower, that's the thing. That cold rain. All right. Thank you, Micah. We appreciate it. 6:47 is the time this morning. A 9-year-old boy in Wisconsin is being honored for saving his dad's life.
This is a great story. Fourth grader Cameron Brose was honored by firefighters for his bravery for the rescue last month. The boy had to translate for paramedics after his dad got sick. Both of his parents are hearing impaired. One paramedic said he couldn't have done it any better.
Cameron did a great job as a fourth grader. With the stress that's involved, the whole situation, everything that was going on, his dad being unresponsive, knowing that his parents have the hearing impairment, to stay as calm as he did and act the way he did, he actually did it perfectly as we wish anyone could do.
And Cameron says when he grows up, he wants to be an interpreter so he can help others with hearing impairments just like his parents. So he's always getting some good practice in there. And yeah.
Well done, and something to hang on his wall there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, congratulations. And it's 6:48 on WKYT on your Friday morning. Hope you'll stay with us. We have our top stories on the way.
That's right. Keep it here on WKYT.
Coming up, we're near the scene of the deadly train crash in New Jersey with the latest on the investigation. Plus positive train control. Why don't more of our nation's railways use this automatic braking technology? More real news coming up on CBS This Morning, next.
Good morning, and thank you for starting your day the Kentucky way with WKYT this morning. It is now 6:51 on your Friday. A funeral for a KSP trooper and some new details about that train crash in New Jersey.
Those are just some of the stories making headlines this morning. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain joins us with a look at what else is trending on the web.
Good morning. Funeral services are later this morning for KSP trooper Mason Flynn. The 24-year-old fell off a barn earlier this week. He was a 2-year-old veteran of the Kentucky State Police. Flynn's funeral is today at the Center for Rural Development in Somerset. CBS News confirms federal investigators have recovered the data recorder at the rear of the commuter train that crashed in Hoboken, New Jersey yesterday. The crash killed 1 woman and injured more than 100 people. And Big Blue Madness tickets will be handed out tonight. You can see video of Coach Cal and UK players hanging out with fans last night on our website, WKYT.com. Andrea, Bill?
All right, yeah, that was a fun time, of course.
Yeah,
the coach came by and surprised them, you know.
Right, even though he does it every year.
He does every year, but they wait for that big surprise. It was a lot of fun, certainly.
Well, in other news, a major bridge crossing the Ohio River in Louisville will reopen to traffic next month.
To the relief of a lot of folks who've been delayed over there in Louisville, state officials say the Kennedy Bridge will reopen on October 10th. It has been closed the last 9 months so that crews could make extensive repairs. Construction is also winding down on Louisville's new East End Bridge over the Ohio River. Officials say it's scheduled to open up in December.
Good news there, and the force is strong with Star Wars fans in Lexington. They got the chance to buy toys from the newest movie in the franchise on Force Friday. The toys based on Rogue One, a Star Wars story, hit shelves at the store on Nicholasville Road here in Lexington. Rebels at the midnight release also got the chance to get a poster and a t-shirt. All Toys R Us stores across the country held midnight releases for the new toys. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, hits theaters on December 16th. And of course, this is the home of UK basketball, and we are celebrating a milestone next month. And some Lexington businesses are joining in on that party.
A big party for Rupp Arena, right? It opened up in 1976, and October 17th will be the 40th anniversary of the first concert held at the arena. To celebrate, 6 Lexington businesses will be selling special Rupp Arena-inspired items. Some of the proceeds from those sales will go to the United Way of the Bluegrass. And by the way, you can find a list of those businesses taking part. It's up right now on WKYT.com. A lot of great concerts. We were talking Billy Joel, Rod Stewart, Tina Turner, Commodores.
My first was there.
Oh, was it?
The Backstreet Boys.
All right, how
of course.
about you now? All right, and the Americas have achieved a global first, eliminating the measles. The World Health Organization announced the news this week. According to the CDC, a disease is declared eliminated when there has been no transmission in a specific geographic region for a year or more. Before they started this vaccination campaign back in 1980, measles caused more than 100,000 deaths in the Americas between 1971 and 1979. All right, Lady Gaga fans are rejoicing this morning. The pop superstar is heading to the Super Bowl.
She is great. Lady Gaga announced on Twitter that she will be performing during halftime of Super Bowl 51. This is the second year in a row the Super Bowl has featured an appearance from Lady Gaga. She sang the national anthem last year. Super Bowl 51 is set for February 5th, and she was fantastic. She sang it beautifully last year.
Okay, so we'll see what happens this time around.
Yeah.
With the Ryder Cup tournament now underway in Minnesota, you would expect most of the talk would be on the Team America, the tough matchup that they have against a strong European team.
Well, that's not the case. Instead, the golf world is talking about a heckling fan who cashed in on a once-in-a-lifetime bet. Here's how it happened. Members of Team Europe were practicing putting on one of the members. Justin Rose kept missing a putt. A fan in the crowd took notice and started heckling Rose. After hearing enough, Team Europe invited the man to the green to try and sink the putt. They couldn't. Rose even put a $100 bill on the green by his ball. Seconds later, the man, of course, he sinks the putt, and the crowd went wild. Even Team Europe had to give him props for that one. So there you go. Man,
Well,
the pressure was on for that. You got to step up to the plate.
You do. He could have looked back and said touche, right?
That's cool. That's cool.
Let's check in with Micah before we go and head into that weekend. Let's see what the weather looks like.
Yeah, I've had a few tweets early on just saying heads up for some thick fog in Jessamine all the way to Marion County. That is actually from Daniel Gates. Another one, Mike Fields off in West Frankfort. Pretty foggy this morning, too. That is on Twitter, so heads up for that. So this isn't the only location. Dense fog advisory down toward the Cumberland region, now put in from the National Weather Service until 9 a.m. Heads up for that as you're traveling. No real rain chance this morning, so you're good to go except for that fog hour-by-hour forecast. Like I was saying, smaller chances of rain today. Most stay dry, but can't rule out passing showers. 64 degrees by the afternoon, guys. Small chance there on Saturday, too. Morning is more of a 20 to 30% tomorrow morning, and then it's about 30 to 40 by the afternoon, and then Sunday looks really good.
All right. And next week looks good.
Next week looks
promise.
great.
All right. Nobody's more up to date than you. Thank you for being on WKYT.
Have a great weekend, everybody.